white one. And we go on, 2 horses gone, but I still have one, and it does, 'cause poetry's not what...
Money Man Tracker Series. Come race, read my trackers, there's plenty future winners here. In this tracker series we will go through 5 tracker horses that we have uncovered from the Cheltenham Festival 2025, some of these could turn up at Aintree, we're hoping 1 or 2 might. Either way, these tracker horses provide us with plenty of winners throughout the year. Also in this tracker series is, how we track our horses, research tips and best practices. Our win profit from when we started in September to December 2024 is just over £2,000. Smash that like button and subscribe now for more winners. First tracker horse, Carne for 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗋𝗋. Horse 1, Carne, a future star in the making. Carne, a 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗋 trained prospect owned by Michael O'Leary and Gigginstown, is a horse with a bright future. Only 5 years old, he has already shown significant ability. His second-place finish to Kopeck De Mee at the Dublin Racing Festival was eye-catching, ridden with patience, learning his trade, and finishing strongly. He followed that up with a solid 4th in the Supreme Novices Hurdle, a very hot renewal, reinforcing his potential. This is a horse built for chasing. Anything he achieves over hurdles is a bonus, and it wouldn't be surprising if 𝗵𝗲𝗋 takes the long-term approach. With O'Leary in the mix, plans could go a couple of ways. 𝗵𝗲𝗋 might leave him alone for the summer before bringing him back in the autumn to gain experience against some decent types. A logical route could see him develop into a 6-year-old contender for a big handicap like the Coral Cup or Martin Pipe at Cheltenham. Then on to his chasing career. Alternatively, they could roll the dice at Punchestown in the coming weeks. One thing is certain, Carne has the pedigree, scope, and raw talent to win plenty of races. He's a definite 3-point tracker for me. The key to following horses isn't just spotting talent, it's understanding the pedigrees, the horse's conformation, trainers and owners' habits and trends, what targets they're being lined up for. Keep this one on your radar. Second tracker horse, 𝗵𝗿𝗆𝗏𝗃 for Henry de Bromhead. Horse 2, 𝗵𝗿𝗆𝗏𝗃. 𝗵𝗿𝗆𝗏𝗃, trained by Henry de Bromhead for owner 𝐶. Jones, who has a strong string of horses, is a name to keep on the radar. He finished 4th in the Turner's Novices Chase in what was a red-hot renewal featuring the New Lion, the Yellow Clay, and Final Demand just ahead of him. That was a seriously solid effort, considering the caliber of opposition. He was outpaced mid-race but finished strongly, staying on without ever quite landing a blow. His earlier form also holds up well. He was right on the heels of Wingman and James Gate in separate outings, proving he's been mixing it with high-class rivals. There's every chance de Bromhead could keep him as a novice for the next month or 2, pick up a confidence-boosting win in a minor race, and then take aim at the big spring festivals as a novice. This is a tactic 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗋 has mastered, bringing horses back as second-season novices to capitalize on experience against weaker opposition. 𝗵𝗿𝗆𝗏𝗃 should also thrive over fences. He's got plenty of scope for jumping, and as a second-season novice, connections can bring him along at a steady pace before launching his chasing career. The big question is how patient the owner will be, but one thing's for sure, this horse will be winning races. We're now going to give you a snapshot of some of the winners we put out over the last few months. Money Man Tracker Series is directly linked to how many winners we're able to land. Please go back and check out our results. We're only live a few months. We have hit 3 winners and 4 winners on numerous days alone. Here is a snapshot of our winners. If you don't want to miss out on future winners, we're gonna have plenty. Smash that like button and subscribe now.
Can we go on? Your road to ruin is the white one. Can we go on? 2 horses gone, but I still have one, and it does, 'cause poetry's not what poetry once was.
Third tracker horse, Shuttle Diplomacy for Tommy Cooper. Shuttle Diplomacy, 3rd in the champion bumper, makes my shortlist for plenty of reasons. A listed winner in bumpers before that big Cheltenham run, he showed raw talent from the start, beating 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on debut despite looking green. We rate 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, we put him up on the channel for a win. He hit a bump in the road when disappointing in a hot bumper. He beat 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 well on his debut, which looking back on it was a serious effort, factoring in that he then won a listed bumper with ease. The champion bumper was a statement. He briefly lost his position, got caught down the inside, and while I'm not saying he would have won, he would have made the winner sweat a lot more with a cleaner trip. That run confirmed his class. Pedigree-wise, he might not scream superstar at first glance, but dig deeper, especially on the dam's side, and the real ability is there. It's always the female line that matters most. Your mother was right. And I'm right about this one. Shuttle Diplomacy is a serious prospect who will be winning plenty of races in the future. The Coopers can unearth a good one now and then, and I reckon they've got one here. 3-point marker. He has plenty of scope, and whatever he does over hurdles, if he takes to fences. He has the engine. 4th tracker horse Heads Up for John McConnell. Horse 3, Heads Up, 1 to keep on side. Heads Up was firmly on our radar well before the festival, and for good reason. His form is tied in with some serious bumper prospects, including 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 2 horses we highlighted for wins on the channel. He then went toe-to-toe with champion bumper winner Bambino Fever, pushing him right to the line. That's 3 times now he's battled hard against horses of serious potential and future winners, and that level of consistency suggests he's got plenty more to give. While it's hard to predict which of these bumper performers will translate best to hurdles, one thing is clear: Heads Up has the engine to make an impact. He could slip under the radar if he's brought along steadily by John McConnell, but when he's ready, he'll be a force. Keep him on your tracker. 2.5 tracker rating. 5th tracker horse Whistle Stop Tour for Lucinda Russell. Horse 5, Whistle Stop Tour, is a staying chaser with all the hallmarks of a future marathon performer. Trained by Lucinda Russell, who excels with these types, he looks tailor-made for a long-distance campaign. Russell could run him in competitive company to sharpen him up before unleashing him in one of the regional nationals, perhaps even the Scottish Grand National in 2026. We noted him after his first victory, and he wasted no time backing it up with another win. A big, imposing chaser, he still looks to be filling out and strengthening up. Despite a rough experience at the Cheltenham Festival, where he was badly hampered and nearly brought down in the Ultima, he still managed to see off 2 decent rivals in previous runs. Stamina is his strong suit. On pedigree, he's built for extreme distances, sired by 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who carries a strong Sadler's Wells influence, and out of a presenting mare, whose dam sire is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. On paper, this horse should comfortably stay 4 miles and beyond. He'll be best suited to galloping, undulating tracks, where his relentless staying power can come into play, rather than flat, speed-favoring circuits. With Lucinda Russell's expert handling, he's one to keep on side for long-distance chases. A proper stayer to note. Extra selection, Kopeck De Mee, a hype job or one for the future. Kopeck De Mee will now disappear into the wilderness for about 8 months. Let's be real, him going off as the favourite for the Martin Pipe was downright laughable. Every festival has 1 or 2 talking horses, and this year, he was the prime suspect. Now, I'm not quite sure how this works, let's just say, collusion, between tipsters and third-party money men. I won't get too serious into the matter, I'll hold back. If you know anything about the Martin Pipe, its trends, and its stats, you'd have needed to rip up the rulebook to justify Kopeck De Mee's price. Yet, the hype train was in full motion, fueled by prominent celebrity tipsters fanning the flames with praise. I've had a decent track record in the Martin Pipe, picking out 5 or 6 winners over the years. But back to Kopeck De Mee. There was never a chance I'd touch him in the Martin Pipe, first run, coming straight from France for Willie Mullins. Not a prayer. Yet, the betting exchanges told a different story. Punters piled in, and before the off, over £1 million had been matched on him. How much more followed, I don't know, but he raced prominently for 3/4 of the contest before fading badly and finishing 3rd last. Here's a lesson: never listen to the hand that takes your dinner off you. If every Tom, Dick, and Harry is screaming that a horse is a good thing, that's exactly when you need to start asking questions. Why is Kopeck De Mee now on my tracker? Have I lost my mind? Absolutely not. Horses don't just go wrong overnight, though they can. He won his final hurdle race in France, a half-decent affair, with a fine turn of foot, so there's ability there. Willie has a history of running horses for the first time at Cheltenham. Look at what he did in the JCB this year. He won winner 100-1 novice, and sometimes they go well. If they do, he often puts them away, especially if they are still novices. Then he will back plan and run them up the backsides of good sorts and end back at Cheltenham. So what's next for Kopeck De Mee? My guess is put on ice till the autumn, then prepped for a festival return next year when he'll be 6. JP McManus has always invested a lot of money in new talent. He's a very patient man too. How I find my tracker horses. Some of my processes. Finding winners isn't easy, but that's the challenge. It all starts with hours of watching racing footage. It's data collection, but visually, I love it. Novice races, finding value early. Novice races are gold mines for future winners. Many trainers, exception of the top ones, don't have top-class horses, so they experiment, wrong trips, inexperienced jockeys, holding horses back, to gain a good handicap rating. It's a game, and if I were a trainer, I'd play it the same way. Spotting this is a knack. In one of the next tracker series I will record my process. Championship races, reading between the lines. I track 2 key things. Horses that have good back form, then hit form without winning and then go cold all of a sudden, comfort zone. And 𝗖𝗍𝗿𝐻 had a string of mid-race finishes before placing 2nd and 3rd at Galway this season. I put 𝗖𝗍𝗿𝗏 up for a big each way bet. He was just beaten by the Woolpack on the line, who later placed 3rd in the Stayers Hurdle at Cheltenham. Horses don't just go bad. If they do, they are sold on. Most trainers place their good horses. Being able to read between the lines when it comes to form and trainer and owner strategy isn't an easy thing to master. Another example, especially in Ireland, the top 2 in a strong maiden hurdle or beginner chase are nearly all future 150 rated jumpers. But watch the 3rd and 4th, trainers often hide their ability for as long as they can. Knowing and spotting these trends can help you win more. Croke Park, Mildmay Novices Chase, we backed him for 2 of his wins, and he is massively on our radar for Aintree. The only issue is the secret is out. He could be the favorite at about 2-1. I think he's a good one, and it's interesting they took their time with him. The progression he showed from winning a minor chase to 2 Grade 1s, going the Aintree route was the right call. I love his attitude. Finishing 2nd to Ballyburn at the Dublin Racing Festival was a great effort. Among those behind him this season was stablemate Better Days Ahead, who later finished 3rd in the Brown Advisory at Cheltenham. The bottom line. Most people don't have time to watch hours of racing footage, so tune into Moneyman's Tracker series. We will supply you with plenty of winners, and trust me, there will be plenty of winners from these trackers. Smash that like button and subscribe now for plenty more future winners.